ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। Okay, from 14 onwards. 14th chapter, 14th shloka. यदा सत्त्वे प्रवृद्धे तु
यदा सत्त्वे प्रवृद्धे तु
प्रलयं याति देहभृत्
प्रलयं याति देहभृत्
तदोत्तमविदां लोकान्
तदोत्तमविदान् लोकान्
अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते।
अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते।
रजसि प्रलयं गत्वा
रजसि प्रलयं गत्वा
कर्मसङ्गिषु जायते।
कर्मसङ्गिषु जायते।
तथा प्रलीनस्तमसि
तथा प्रलीनस्तमसि
मूढयोनिषु जायते।
मूढयोनिषु जायते।
कर्मणः सुकृतस्याहुः
कर्मणः सुकृतस्याहुः
सात्विकं निर्मलं फलम्।
सात्विकं निर्मलं फलम्।
रजसस्तु फलं दुःखम्।
रजसस्तु फलं दुःखम्।
अज्ञानं तमसः फलम्।
अज्ञानं तमसः फलम्।
सत्त्वात् सञ्जायते ज्ञानम्।
सत्त्वात् सञ्जायते ज्ञानम्।
रजसो लोभ एव च।
रजसो लोभ एव च।
प्रमादमोहौ तमसः।
प्रमादमोहौ तमसः
भवतो ज्ञानमेव च।
भवतो ज्ञानमेव च।
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः।
ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थाः।
मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः।
मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसाः।
जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः।
जघन्यगुणवृत्तिस्थाः। sthaha.
Adho gachanti tamasaha.
Adho gachanti tamasaha.
Nanyam gunebhyah kartaram.
Nanyang gunebhyah kartaram.
Yada drashtanupashyati.
Yada drashtanupashyati.
Gunebhyascha param vetti.
Gunebhyascha param vetti.
Madbhavam sodhigacchati.
Madbhavam sodhigacchati.
I think we have to resume from number 19. So until number 18, Sri Krishna had told us various aspects of three gunas. Lakshanam, definition, bandhana karanam, the manner of binding. Then lingam, what are the indicators of a particular guna in oneself when one wants to assess oneself. And then gatihi, what happens to a person with a particular guna after death, that was talked about. And then phalam, fifth aspect was phalam. Phalam means what are the consequences of a particular predominance of a particular guna. These five aspects were talked. And now Krishna is going to talk about if all gunas, so gunas are going to be there in every human being. Nobody can try to escape gunas. Trying to escape the effect of the gunas cannot be a goal of life. Cannot be a goal of life because it is there. As long as the body, mind, sense complex is there, guna is there. In fact, the body, mind, sense complex is a result of the gunas, past gunas, and then manifesting in this body, and then continuing to affect me, propel me in a particular way of behavior and doing a set of actions. And so it's driving me. Pravrittihi, nivrittihi cha, he had said some time ago. And so with all that, where is the question of me trying to run away from the gunas? There's no running away. Fortunately, there is no need to run away also. That's the beautiful thing. And so we have to change our track to say, I have to somehow insulate myself from this gunas. There is no need to somehow insulate ourselves. Yes, there is a desire to become more and more sattvika in all our activities, in all our behaviors, in all our habits. That he is going to tell more in the another chapter. And so that's good. But sattvam also binds. The bandhanam is always going to be there. Okay. The sattvic person also can get frustrated, There is no need to be shocked by it. And so, Jnani's body, what happens? Jnani's body also is going to be affected by the three gunas. And so, Jnani is also, can't say, will a Jnani be in meditation all the time? Because Sattva Guna, Pradhana, the two Jnanam also. Atma Vidya is Sarva Vidya Pratishtam, It is the basis of all knowledge. Self-knowledge is the basis of all knowledge. Mundaka Upanishad says. Tab Brahma Vidya Sarva Vidya Pratishtam Atharvaya Jyeshta Putraya Praha Mundaka. And therefore, some magic has to happen. Yeah, fortunately, Krishna doesn't allow us to think of any magic. And so he is keeping us practical and straight. And he wants us to move away from these magical thoughts. And so, Gunati Tattvam is still there. Gunas are there, but transcending all gunas also is there. There is such a thing as that. He's going to talk about that in this shloka. Okay. And we'll see more about what that is. And we already know what it's going to be. We can guess because it's going to be what? It's going to be a recognition of the self that is already gunatitaha. The body is mortal. The mind is mortal. And guess what? The body can never be mortal. And by the flip side, Atma can never be mortal. Why? Because Atma is immortal. There is nothing I can do to make Atma mortal. Even by mistake, I cannot kill Atma. It's not possible. So that's a good news. And so we have to appreciate that. And so here, look at this. Na anyam gunebhyaha kartaram yada drashta anupashyati. Yada. So yada. So there is a when veti. Veti is the word there. Look at the second line. Param veti. Gunebhyascha param veti. When one knows veti with dhatu, to know. Vedaha, all that comes from with. So when one comes to know, when one knows what? Gunebhyaha param. Gunebhyaha param. That which is param to all the three gunas. Param. Now we are going to struggle a lot because we have to translate the word param. It's going to be a struggle. This is the beauty. This is where the differences between all teachings can be recognized, how they translate. Supreme, superior, transcends something. We have to say some word. What is this param? And you know what? This we have studied Kathopanishad. And even in third chapter it was there. Indriyani paranyahuhu indriyebhyah param manaha manasastu para buddhihi yo buddher atma yo buddher
Paratastu saha.
paratastu saha yo buddhe paratastu saha. And then what? Paratastu saha. Then third chapter, look at the last two shlokas. Evam buddhe param buddhva. Last two shlokas of third chapter. Evam buddhe param buddhva samstabhyatmanam atmana jahi shatrum mahabhavo kamarupam duras. So there the word param was used. Okay. Indriyani parani ahu. The sense organs are param to all the sense objects. Okay, then what? Indriyebhyaha param manaha. Hey, mana is param to indriyebhyaha, to all sense organs. Param means what? Transcending, if I say. Okay, but transcending means what? The senses are there, sense objects are there, they're all operating. And everything is operating. And still, senses are transcending the sense objects. Means there is something that is very different we are trying to see here. And then manasastu para buddhihi, etc. We saw that. So that same thing. Shankaracharya also explains the word param in Kathopanishad, where he uses what is the mantra? Athe, indriyebhyah parah kyartaha arthebhyascha param manaha manasastu para buddhihi बुद्धेरात्मा महान परः महतः परम अव्यक्तम अव्यक्तात् पुरुषः परः पुरुषा न परं किंचित सा काष्ठा सा परागतिः. Like that we saw in Kathopanishad recently. So there Shankaracharya explains the word param. Do you remember what he says? He says three things. He says
One is Vishnu Padam, he says.
What is the meaning of param then? What is the meaning of param? That is the question. Because param is happening. Something like superior. Buddhi is superior to mind. Sensors are superior to sense objects. Manaha is superior to Indriyani and Buddhi is superior to Manaha. Then finally he comes to Atma. And he says nothing is more superior than Atma. More param, superior word you give up. This superior, inferior, higher level, lower level, all these you just give up. Transcend, we are constrained to use words like transcend. Transcend, Shankaracharya explains. What is it? First meaning is param is what? Mahan. Mahan means what? More pervasive. More pervasive. Pervasiveness keeps on increasing. Arthaha is an object that is located in space and time. But when you come to, by the time you come to Atma, it's all pervasive. Mahan. Then what? Then he says, Sukshmatamam. Sukshmataram. Subtler and subtler and subtler. It goes away. You can't perceive at all. Initially, all perceivable, mind also perceivable, very subtle. There is no object called mind. No doctor can say we are going to do a surgery on the mind. No. Why? Because subtle. Mind is a subtle instrument. Doctor needs a lot of mind to do the surgery, but even that greatest surgeon cannot do a surgery on the mind. They can do a surgery on the brain maximum. Therefore, he uses the word sukshmataram. Then he uses one more word. It is called pratyagatma bhutam. This we have to remember. Otherwise, these words param and all will translate into supreme and we'll be imagining some supreme looking up. No supreme looking up. You are supreme. Where is the question of looking up? So, pratyagatma bhutam means what? It is of the nature of pratyagatma. So Buddhi and then Buddhiratma and then Hiranya Garbha was brought up. The entire the entire Samashti Buddhi was brought about. Suddenly it jumps from Jivatma to Paramatma. And it jumps just like that. And then he says, Purushana Paramki. That is Purusha. The Jivatma, which is Paramatma, is Purusha. There is nothing greater than Purusha. Like that, he concludes there. So those three aspects we have to bring here. Whenever the word param comes, we have to ask the question, what is the meaning of param? And then bring those three meanings. Okay. So here he says, Gunebhyaha cha param ved. The one who understands that param. That, who is that param? Madbhavam, he's going to say. Madbhavam. Madbhavam param. That is of my nature. My nature means what? Go back to the previous chapter. Kshetrajnanchapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. The knower of this universe, this kshetram, that is kshetrajnam, that is madbhavam. That is your bhavam also. Hey Arjuna. Okay. Gunebhyaha cha param vetti. And then look at this. Aham iti veti madbhavam. Aham. You have to bring the word aham here. So yada drashta anupashyati. Yada drashta anupashyati. Veti already said knows that which is param to all the gunas. Okay, param. I'm going to leave it as param. I don't want even transcend word. I don't like because transcend can mean separation. But how can there be separation of Atma from Buddhi? There's no separation possible. And so aham veti yada drashta anupashyati. Yada, when that drashta, that seer, that viveki, here drashta means seer, one who is able to see that tattvam, atma tattvam, that person is a viveki, is a drashta, literal meaning seer. Okay. Anupashyati, look at that. Pashyati. Pashyati means to see. Sees this fact. This fact. Anupashyati, you all know now. What is anu? Shastram anu, Acharyam anu, Upadesham anu, following the Shastram. You can't come up with your own idea. This own idea business is not possible because you can't come up. There's no way to guess what Atma is. There is no way to say, you can't even dream of the fact that I am the whole. Everything that is here is me. Can't even dream. Chance kadayadu. No chance at all. Therefore, anupashyati. You have to rely on the Shastram for that. You have to rely on the Shastram. So, anupashyati yada. What does he see? Na anyam gunebhyaha kartaram pashyati. Anupashyati. Okay. That person sees that there is na kartaram, no karta, no doer that is separate from the gunas. Gunebhyaha anyam means what? Other than the gunas, distinct from the gunas, separate from the gunas. There is no karta, na kartaram, kartaram. There is no karta. Separate from the gunas means what? There is no somebody that is sitting separate from all these gunas, all the body, mind, sense complex. There's no such thing like that. The karta is also part of the three gunas. The kartritvam that I experience, the bhoktritvam that I experience, it is all part of the three guna only. Okay, so look at that. Because everything is trigunatmika. Body is trigunatmika. Ahankara is trigunatmika. Everything is trigunatmika. Three states of experience. How about that? How about Sushupti? That must be different from Trigunatmika. No, Sushupti Avastha also part of Trigunatmika only. Okay.
Guruji, Karta will be separate from the Guna, no? He is pervaded by or he experiences Guna coming and going?
So, Kartritvam
Kartritvam is Guna, yes.
is part of three gunas. And so, I take myself to be a Karta. If I say, then when Atma is not Karta, and if I say I take myself to be a Karta, that has to be the job of the three gunas only. The gunas make me do, make me experience and make me do. Helplessly I do. Okay, there is helplessness, right? Helplessness means what? That's how it is. That is how things are. And so that therefore the one who knows that there is no karta other than the three gunas, gunebhyaha anyam, other than the three gunas, there is no karta. Karta nasti iti yaha anupashyati. Okay. Saha, that person, madbhavam, saha adhigacchati. Saha adhigacchati. That person gains my nature. That's a literal meaning. That person gains my nature. And so, there is my nature, Ishvara Rupam, Ved. Yeti, Ishvara Rupam, adhigacchati. Ishvara Swabhavam, Purnatvam. Everything we studied about Atma and Ishvara, that person gains Madbhavam. And that person must be a Kritsna Karma. Krit Karmanya Karmayah Pashyet. Akarmani cha Karmayah. Sabuddhiman Manushyeshu. Sakritsna. Sayuktah Kritsna Karma Krit. Saha Yuktaha. Saha Jivan Muktaha. Kritsna Karma Krit. Nothing to be done. Everything that is to be done has been done. Can anybody make that statement? I've done everything that is to be done. Maximum we can say our duties are all over. That's some duty. Indian has a sense of a duty. Every human being has a sense of duty. And that duty even more well defined in our culture. These are the duties. These are your duties. Like that they say. And then that duty is all over. You can say. But here, Krishna Karma Krit, there is nothing more left to be done for my Purnatvam. Why? Because Aham Purnaha. Everything else is meant only for what? Loka Sangrahartam maximum. Krishna had said, right? Loka sangraham evapi sampashyan kartum arhati. You can do. Once you know, then that's it. Every action is now a leela. Becomes Ishvara's leela. And whatever the person does. Or for maintenance of the body. What does he say? Nahi kashit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karmakrut karyate hyavashah karma sarva prakriti jair gunaihi. Hey, there he said that. Look at that. Prakriti jaihi gunaihi. There he uses the word guna. The body just does things because impelled by the guna. Only thing is, I need a buddhi to make use of that ability, make use of that capacity, that momentum that is given to me. How can I make use of it? Like judo. In judo, they use the momentum of the opponent. The opponent's force, how I can reflect it in such a way that he gets hurt, not me, like that. So, and then he says, Sharira yatra pichate. That is what I was looking for. Sharira yatra pichate na prasidyet akarmana. So you have to take care of the body. And Jnani also has to take care of the body. Can't ignore it. So minimum taking care of the body, maximum loka sangraham evapi. Kartum. Jnani. Even there, whether a Jnani has choice or not, we don't know. We don't know. Whatever happens will happen. That's all. He is not going to say, no, I must do something. And I must do something also is a thought that he doesn't take ownership to. She does not take ownership to. And so, madbhavam saha adhigacchati jivan muktaha bhavati. So, it's an important verse because that Trigunatmika is there. And so, don't try to resist the three gunas. It's a wasted effort. You do whatever it takes to take care of the body, but accept what happens. There is a force of the three gunas that's working, and so accept what happens. But then Jivan Muktaha is possible. Jivan Muktihi is possible. And by what? By knowing Veti, Jnanena, Mokshaha is possible. By knowing who you are. Just by knowing who I am. Who is going to give this kind of a license? Just by knowing who you are, you're free. That's something very amazing. And so that is being said in this shloka. Let's translate that. When the seer does not see, when the seer does not see an agent other than when the seer does not see an agent other than the three gunas, and when he knows himself as beyond, within quotes, beyond the gunas, he gains my nature.
Guruji, I missed a few words. When a seer does not see, and then you said something other than the three gunas, and when he knows himself as beyond the gunas, he gains my nature.
Does not see an agent. Agent means karta here. An agent other than the gunas.
Thank you.
When the seer does not see an agent other than the gunas, and when he knows himself as beyond the gunas, comma, He gains my nature.
So here the beyond is param.
Correct. Beyond is param.
Guruji, the same thing can be said when the doer does not see.
Yeah. The
He can say
karta,
the same thing.
yeah, karta only.
Yeah.
Karta has to be there. You can't eliminate karta. So karta is there. So all this action of seeing, knowing, etc. Who is doing all that? Ahankaraha karta. Yes. Next sloka. Number 20. गुणानेतानतीत्यत्रीन्
गुणानेतानत्रित्यन्त्री
देहि देहसमुद्भवान्
देहि देह समुद्भवान्
जन्म मृत्युजरा दुःखैः
जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखैः
विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते
विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते
गुणानेतानतीत्यत्रीन्
गुणानेतानतीत्यत्रीन्
देहि देहसमुद्भवान्
देहि देह समुद्भवान्
जन्म मृत्युजरा दुःखैः
जन्म मृत्यु जरा दुःखैः
विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते
विमुक्तो मृतमश्नुते.
So continuing that train of thought here also, he is going to say that phalam again, amritam ashnute. He gains immortality. That is the final two words of this shloka. And when does that happen? The verb is atitya, first quarter, atitya. Etan trin gunan atitya. Atitya. So having transcended, okay, having transcended means what? Having understood that the gunas are me, but I am not the gunas. Gunas are me. Oh my God, I got attracted to the gunas. No, gunas are me means what? Guna is mithya and I am satyam. Satyam can never be affected by mithya. That is the difference between satyam and mithya. Mithya is dependent on Satyam. Satyam is independent of Mithya. Therefore, having understood that, so that is the only way of Adhityam. That is how you can transcend. There is no other way of transcending. Okay, so Yetan Treen Guna. These three gunas having transcended, okay, having understood the way Krishna had said in the 19th shloka, Atitya. Okay, and what are these gunas? These are Deha Samudbhavan. Deha Samudbhavan. See, there are, okay, Atitya, let's go back to Atitya. So, how does one transcend it? Upanishad. Taittiriya Upanishad says, the son approaches the father. Bhrugurvai Varunihi. Right? Bhrugu approaches his father, Varuna, and then tells me, Adhihi Bhagavo Brahmeti. Teach me Brahma. That's it. Say it one question. Now the father can't do anything much. No elbow room is there. He can't talk about karma yoga and all those things. Because he already said, teach me Brahma. And so son is ready. So there he says, he gives just an indication and say, go think about it. And think about it, he thought about it and came back. Annam Brahme Divyajana. Annam Brahma. This body, food is Brahman, because without food, nothing can be sustained in this world. Then, father says, not bad, pretty good. Continue your thought process. See if there is something other than Anna. Then, Prano Brahme Divyajana. Prana. No, Annam is fine, but Prana is even more subtle. And Prana is the one that sustains all life. Okay, physiological systems. All right, that's not bad. You're getting closer. Continue your analysis. Okay, satapo tapyata. Tapotapita. He did tapas. He did tapas means what? Stood on the head and did Shirashasana. No. Tapaha jnane. He thought through this whole thing. He went and thought through. He broke his head over this. And then he came back. He said, Mano Brahme Divyajana. Manaha. No, mind is Brahma. Mind is not bad, my dear son. I'm so proud of you. Continue the process. Vijnanam Brahme Divyajanat. Then Vijnanam. No, it's not possible. Mind also comes and goes. So it can't be Brahma. Then Vijnanam. Buddhi. Intellect. He comes. He's very proudly, he says. Then father says, go back. Satapo tapyata satapas taptva. After doing that tapas, he comes back. Anando Brahme Divyajanat, he says. And then further he goes. And then Purushaha Brahma. Like that, he concludes, it seems. That's a beautiful story. So that is Aditya. That is what is Aditya. Aditya, transcending. Otherwise, transcending becomes very mystical. Mystical. Mystical means what? That's it. Unexplainable, inexplicable. And some people are blessed to get that vision, that white light, all these things. We will take off in all those directions. No. Etan Treen Gunan, which are Deha Samudbhavan. These gunas are responsible for this body. Deha Samudbhava means the birth of this body, the creation of this body. This birth, he is now attributing it to the three gunas. Why? Because Prakriti is, nature is three gunas. Earlier he said, the whole Jagat is caused by Prakriti, and so now he says body is caused by these three gunas, which is nothing but Prakriti. Okay? And so that three gunan, Deha Samudbhavan, Amritam Ashnute, all right, gains immortality, knowing these three gunas, which are of this nature. And then Vimuktaha, another word was used in the fourth quarter, Vimuktaha. Vimuktaha becomes free. Muktaha means free. Vimuktaha, Visheshena Muktaha. Means free without doing anything. Without doing anything, how can you be free? Freedom comes with a price, It should come with a price. It can't be free. But this is the only thing where you can be free without doing anything. And so, vimuktaha, jnanena muktaha, vimuktaha, jnanena, free. Free from what? Free from the things I want to be free from. And so he's listing all these things. Janma, mrityu, jara, dukkaihi. Free. This is a bold statement. While living, I am free from janma and mrityu. Punarjanma. Well, now janma is past for all of us. Janma is over. But punarjanma is going to happen. So, punarjanmana, muktaha. And then mrityu is there. Before punarjanma, mrityu is going to be there. Death is going to be there. And nobody wants death. Or people say, I want to die. Pusukkana. In Tamil, they say, Pusukkana pono. Means, just like that, I want to. Look at that. Very beautiful thing. They won't say, I'm afraid of death and all. They will say, no, I'm going to go. I just want to go without giving any problem to anybody. It's true, it's a very, it's an important thing. I don't want to be a problem to myself. To others, I am going to be a problem. I don't want that also. And I don't want to have a painful death also. And therefore, this Mrityu is a big thing. And so,
Anayasena Maranam.
Anayasena Maranam. Very important. Anayasena Maranam is a prarthana. It's actually a prayer. May my death be free from difficult, the process of death, that is anayasena maranam. Like that, Kanchi Paramacharya had written a prarthana. Okay. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, old age is there in between. And then even before old age, Dukkha is there. Dukkha. Always waiting around the corner, just waiting, ready to knock. Anytime it knocks on the door, at least if it tells me, hey, I am Dukkha, I can say, no, stay right where you are. We'll deal with you later. Okay, come back tomorrow, at least I can say. But Dukkha keeps knocking on the door. It doesn't even knock, it just enters my home without my permission. And so, Dukkaihi vimuktaha. Vimuktaha. But remember, dukkha is a result of the three gunas. And so the body will undergo all kinds of problems. Even this amritam, yaha, amritam ashnute, that person, vimuktaha, who is vimuktaha, is going to have to put up with the body that is going to go through all these modifications. Jara and mrityu, etc. Atma is free from all these things. That is the great thing. That is the discovery here. And therefore, regardless of what my body undergoes, I'm free. I'm free. Only the jnani can say that. I'm free. Okay, vimuktaha. And so, jatasya hi dhruvam mrityuhu. Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. So once the mrityu is there, death is certain. And so that cycle nobody can stop. And so jnani knows that very well. But jnani knows I am gunatitaha, I am dehatitaha, aham buddhyatitaha. I am different from buddhi. Buddhi is me, but I am not buddhi. Body is me, but I am not body. Wave is water, but water is not wave. Pot is clay, but clay is never pot. Clay is also unaffected by the pot. Clay cannot be affected by the pot. So, therefore, that is a huge discovery. What it does to the person. A person means a living person, obviously. Jivan Mukta. What that knowledge does, it just transforms the person's vision so much that all the life's quote unquote problems which continue to be there are simple. They become pinpricks. They become very small. Very small. Previously, they were all big. Now it is very. Previously itself, he was a karma yogi, remember, Ishi. And karma yogi, prasada buddhi is there, Ishwararpana buddhi is there. That itself is a huge shock absorber. Now, jnanam. Okay. And then everything becomes very small. That knowledge makes everything so small, so as to be so insignificant. Because the person does experience pain, etc. also. And so this is called abhibhava. Swamiji mentions this is called abhibhava. Abhibhavanam means there is some problem, something that is very big. But when you do something else, your vision changes, the problem becomes very small. The child is crying for the balloon, burst balloon. But the parents are very, very enlightened when it comes to balloons, and they are unaffected by the burst balloon. It is true, balloon has burst and I need another balloon. Yeah, that is also true. You can't play around with a burst balloon. And so you need a, but the parents are not going to cry. Why? Because their vision is entirely different. Pujya Swamiji is one thing I remember now. He says, there is, a cook was hired. The people at home, they needed a cook because both are busy. They don't have time to cook. And so the cook used to come and make the meals 3 times a day or 2 times a day, whatever. And then, and the cook also likes to sing. So while cooking, she'll always sing. She was singing and all. Somebody said, you know what, you're singing very well. You should come to the hall or public hall here and sing once. And so once after the cooking and all serving, everything was done, she went and sang. And people said, wow, sing one more, sing one more. And she started singing. And this was going on for a while. And now what happened? She Now she has become very popular. She's still a cook only. She's getting a salary, only cook salary she's getting. She's not getting singer salary. She's only getting cook salary, but she's also singing. So what means what happened to this person? Previously, the cook was singing. Now the singer is cooking at home. Correct? Singer is cooking now. Who's cooking? Oh, you are cooking here? Yeah, I'm cooking here. You are cooking means what? Singer is cooking. You mean that famous singer is cooking? Yes, singer only is cooking. Same person, same cooking, same singing. Nothing happened. Same owner, same salary. Salary at least should go up. No, salary also is same. Same thing. But previously, cook, not cooker, cook was singing. Now singer is cooking. Nothing has changed. What has changed? The vision has changed completely. Completely. All the cooking problems and all are very minor now. These owners are constantly complaining, this is less, that is more salt, this, you are always like this. Oil is always, you always put oil. No, ma, I put less oil because you're all seniors and all. It's not good to take so much oil. Who are you to give me all this advice? Doctors should give advice. Your job is to cook. Like this argument. And then she is just happily singing away. Okay. So I heard this from Puja Swamiji long ago, from 20, 25 years ago. So like that, vision, nothing changes really. But what happens? Vision is changed completely. And so, Paramarthanandaji says, he gives quotes Anjaneya, Hanuman. Hanuman was asked to cross this ocean. Hanuman said, what are you asking me to do? No, you can cross the ocean. Then what happened? He thought of Rama. And then suddenly what happened? This ocean appeared to him like a bull that has to be mounted. That's easy to do. Bull can be mounted anytime. And so it has become so small, it seems. Goshpadi Krita Varisham Sankshekhara Ramayana means this Vari, this whole body of water has become like a small bull to be mounted. It has become so easy, it seems. Then what about all the Rakshasas? He says, Mashaki Krita Rakshasam. All Rakshasas have become mosquitoes, it seems. Mosquito, same thing, same Rakshasa, same Shakti, same power, same size, everything. But in the eyes of Anjaneya, they have become mosquitoes. Like that, they can imagine this Vimuktaha, that person's. But all we can ask, how does that person look at this world? Maybe we can give this explanation. And so, Amritam Ashnute gained immortality. How did the person gain immortality? Hey, the body cannot become immortal. Atma is always immortal. Atma cannot be made mortal. Therefore, Amritam Ashnute means recognize that I am this Atma, I am not the body. I confuse myself to be the body. But I am Atma, I am much more than the body. Okay? So that shift in vision is what is indicated here. And so let's look at the translation. Crossing these three gunas, crossing within quotes, crossing these three gunas that are the cause of the body, comma, I forgot to explain the word Dehi. Dehi, the embodied one, that is Dehi. Dehi means one who indwells the Deha. One who indwells the Deha. One for whom the body is meant for. That entity is called Dehi. Dehi Nityamavadhyoyam. Dehe Sarvasya Bharata. So that Dehi. So that are the cause of the body, comma, the embodied one, comma, released from birth, death, old age, and sorrow. Birth, death, old age, and sorrow. okay, comma, gains immortality. Released from birth, death, old age, and sorrow, comma, gains immortality. Crossing these three gunas that are the cause of the body, the embodied one, released from birth, death, old age, and sorrow, gains immortality. Okay, let's chant the next shloka. Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Kairlingaistreen gunanethan.
Kairlingaistreen gunan etan.
Yeah, it sounds like a long thing, but actually it only has eight syllables. Yeah. Atito bhavati prabho.
Atito bhavati prabho.
Kimacharah katham chaitan.
Kimacharah katham chaitan.
Treen gunanati vartate.
Treen gunan ativartate.
Arjuna uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Kairlingaistreen gunanetan.
Kairlingaistreen gunan etan.
Atito bhavati prabho.
Atito bhavati prabho.
Kimacharah katham chaitan.
Kimacharah katham chaitan.
Treen gunanati vartate.
Treen gunan ativartate.
Yeah. Now Arjuna is asking a question. If you recall, this chapter did not begin with Arjuna's question. Krishna was continuing to teach and chose to pick up the topic of Gunatraya Vibhagaha. And now Arjuna's question is coming. He is asking three things. Three things. First is Linga. Linga. Asking. Previously, Linga, Krishna had already explained. Linga means what? What are the indications of Sattva Guna in me? If somebody were to ask, that indication, that indicator, those symbols, symptoms, what indicates the presence of Sattva Guna in a human being? That Linga, Krishna had already explained. Here, he is asking about what? About Gunatitaha, Vimuktaha, because Gunatitaha was indirectly said without using that word. Krishna had already said, Yetan, Treen, Gunan, Atitya, etc. So that is called Gunatitaha. That person is called Gunatitaha. One who has, quote unquote, transcended the three gunas, right? About that person is asking, tell me the indicators. How can I recognize that person? What are the indicators? Kai lingaihi. By what lingas? And then he's asking, Kim achara? Kim achara? How does that person behave? This reminds me of some shloka.
स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा
Correct, correct. Arjuna uvacha sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava hitadi kim prabhasheta himasita brajeta kim. Exactly. That's what it reminds us now. So kim acharaha? What kind of achara? Katham cha etan tri gunan ativartate. And how does that person cross over these three gunas? What is the sadhanam? Sadhanam. To go from being a victim of the three gunas to transcending three gunas. What can be the method for that? Like that, he's asking three things. Yeah. So it's fairly straightforward. Here, etan treen gunan atitaha kaihi lingaihi bhavati. Okay. All these words are there. By what lingas, by what indicators, kaihi lingaihi, Trin gunan etan atitaha bhavati. He Prabho. When can the person be said to have transcended these three gunas? Etan. Trin guna. Atitaha. One who has transcended. When can you say that? Like that he's asking. So Arjuna is still concerned about that. He still wants to, he's still looking for that. Means what? Krishna, are you jnani or what? You know, because you're playing the flute and all that. But jnanis, they are supposed to do dhyanam. I've never seen you do any dhyanam. What is this? Just imagine Krishna during dhyanam, right? Imagine Krishna sitting like this. Suppose I ask you to, in the meditation, suppose I say, imagine Sri Krishna and then sitting quietly. At least flute must be there in the hand. But if you have flute, you can't do dhyana. So then what? So it's very difficult. So he's thinking, what can that person look like? Person should be healthy, physically healthy, or awake all 24 hours, because sattva guna, pradhana, calmness. And if you are calm, you can never be tired. So must be awake all the time, or doing meditation all the time. Something you have to tell me. And or maybe Mauni. Mauni Babas are very popular in the northern part of India. If you say Mauni Baba means, that's it. The entire crowd will just come. And they have so much respect for Mauni Babas. Because this Maunam is the most difficult. Being silent is difficult. So for that reason, at least that person has to be worshipped. Person may not know anything. But Mauni Baba means, that's it. They will fall flat. In India, in southern part of India, I'm not so sure. The traditional people, they won't. They will pass away. They'll start teasing all these people. So I don't. Mindset is all very different. And so North May, it's not like that. It's not like that. South, it's different. And so will he be a Mauni? She be a Mauni? Or maybe there's a halo around the head. We've seen all this halo. Movies also, they show this halo. Some bright light must be there. And so what is, some siddhas must be there, something you have to create. Like this, if you open your hands, something should happen. If nothing happens, you are no good. You're no good. You may know a few things here and there, but siddhis, you must have some siddhis. So, or at least some asanas they should do. An ordinary asanas and all, even I can do. They must be able to stand on their head and all. That is a proof. That is only proof I have that you are somebody. Okay? So therefore, or at least you must cure diseases. We are coming for some painful things, and those pains you can remove. You see our TV channel, you open our TV channel, it is just filled with people just giving advice and how they cured lot of diseases. That's how it is. What to do? Our life is like that. Nobody wants all these difficulties and struggles. And so you just give me some peace of mind. That's all I want from you. So that jnani should be able to do all that. And so something, or at least you must predict the future. You must know the future. That much minimum you should know. Otherwise, what jnanam do you have? What is this jnanam? Sarvajnaha, sarvavita, all these words you're using. And you can't even predict whether it's going to rain tonight or not. That also you can't tell. So it's lingam, kaihi, lingaihi. What are the indications? Kimachara, conduct. What kind of conduct will that person have? Sthita pragyasya ka bhasha. What kind of language? Something you have to tell me. And will the person shave their head? Swamiji will say, don't worry about what is there outside the head. Look at what is there inside the head. That is better. And so there's no chance for mysticism. Krishna is not going to allow for any of that. Katam cha etan trin guna ativartate. Trin guna. So there is a sandhi. Katam cha etan trin gunan ativartate. A lot of words are sticking together. So again, these three gunas, how a person is supposed to transcend? That is the question he's asking. So the translation would look like this. Arjuna said, O Lord, by what characteristics, O Lord, by what characteristics does a person become within brackets recognizable as one who has crossed these three gunas, as one who has crossed these three gunas. Next sentence. What is his conduct? What is his conduct? And how does he transcend these three gunas? What is his conduct? And how does he transcend these three gunas? Okay, once again, Arjuna said, O Lord, by what characteristics does a person become recognizable as one who has crossed these three gunas? Question mark. What is his conduct and how does he transcend these three gunas? Question. We continue. Om Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Sriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. Om Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Sriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. Om Apadamapahartaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Sriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.